If you've ever broken a fastener and had to use an easy out, then you understand the pain associated with those. Well, GripEdge has a totally different idea when it comes to removing stripped and broken fasteners. Specifically, we have their GeForce kit. This is a 14-piece kit. They call it their GeForce, the GripEdge Foreign Object Removal System. Let's dive in and take a closer look. We're going to use it right away and actually show you how it works and how it differs from most of the other broken fastener removal systems that may be out there. Now, this is how you'll receive the GripEdge GeForce kit. Of course, it'll be in a box. Once you take it out of the box, this is what you'll get. And we'll have the actual SKU number up on the screen and have a link in the description if you're interested in this, or maybe even a product popping up as you're viewing now. Anyway, so this is the GripEdge GeForce kit. Nice case to keep everything intact, and it's kind of a dual layer design, which is very nice. And then it even has kind of a foam tray up here to give you some guidance, but it's more than just the extractors that you see here. And as I was mentioning, these are much different than your typical easy out extractors, or even most of your other extraction, removal, broken fastener, bits that you see out there, because this one is not direction oriented, and there's some different features on this kit that we'll get into in just a few moments that really help out and aid in different areas of the process. And specifically, we're talking about the bits here. But let's talk about the drill bits that are included as well. So number one, you kind of get this all-inclusive kit, right? That folds up or packs away in this little case, and it's very handy. It is a little bit thicker, so it's not going to fit in one of your thin drawers on your toolbox, but still, I like it that it packs away and everything's kind of all-inclusive here. You have numbered bits here, numbered extractors from 1 to 7. I think you can see that, self-explanatory. And then underneath this, so you have a foam tray that holds all those. And then underneath this is 7 drill bits. Now, they're not just drill bits. We'll get into that here in one moment as well. And you'll notice 7 bits, 7 drill bits. I think you're ahead of me here, that each one of these bits are corresponding to the extraction bits right here. Well, more so than just, being tied one-to-one with each of these. And by the way, it tells you the number here, and rather than giving you the number of the drill bit, I think that's self-explanatory. One will be the smallest, but it's also giving you the size of the drill bit. So if you need this drill bit for some other job that you're doing, and you've got the fraction that you need, you're not just looking to see, oh, well, this is number 5 GripEdge drill bit. What is it? What size is it? It tells you right there. So you can figure this out. It's not hard. But if you look at this drill bit, this is very important here, because I've seen videos of people using this kit very wrong. Anyway, this is a left-handed drill bit. Now, why do we want a left-handed drill bit? Well, it's because when you're removing or extracting a broken fastener, usually it's a righty-tighty or lefty-loosey style of fastener, right? So if we have a left-handed drill bit, at least it's not going to aid in tightening up that fastener even more. And sometimes, especially when you're seeing fasteners in aluminum that are broken off by a lot of harmonics or heat cycles, we see in exhaust manifold bolts a lot of times. A lot of times those aren't really tight in there. So as you're drilling with a left-handed drill bit, sometimes it'll grab and just back that fastener right out. We don't even need to get to the fastener removal bit. So love seeing the fact that these are left-handed drill bits, because typically when you're having to buy a left-handed drill bit, you're buying it one by one because the whole kit is too expensive and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so now with this kit, you get 7 different left-handed drill bits. So remember that when you're drilling, make sure you have your drill in reverse when you're using these left-handed drill bits, or you're going to dull those bits very quickly. So we can see here, you see your sizes here, you see your number of bits here as well. You see your numbers of the bits, the extraction bits here, the sizes of the drill bits here. And so you can know that, okay, if I need the number 4, then I'll grab the number 4 bit and I'll drill my hole, and then I'll install this. Now, here's where we get to the cool part of this. And we ought to just jump into actually removing a fastener, which we will in just a moment. I promise I won't be 2 more minutes here, and we'll get right to it. Another big difference of the GripEdge removal system is the fact that these are meant to be impacted. And I'm not just talking about putting your impact wrench or impact driver on here and driving these in or out. I'm talking about actually taking these, taking a hammer and hammering them into the fastener, hammering them into the drilled hole, or even into the head of, say, a hex head or an Allen head screw or a Torx or a triple square. Any of those screws, you can actually hammer these in. They're meant to do so. And then it has a collar on here. And this collar will help aid in making sure we're kind of squared up to the fastener, as well as it's going to aid in something else once we get the bit out. Let's go ahead, jump over, and remove a damaged fastener. Since we're going to be removing a 10 millimeter fastener, I'm going to go ahead and grab my number 5 here, and we'll grab our number 5 drill bit. We may step down to a number 4, but I think we're going to stick with the number 5 and go with that. As I mentioned, we have a 10 millimeter fastener here. This is an LS iron block. These are the motor mount areas, and we've got a broken fastener off in there. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to level it out. That's just recommended anytime you can get to it anyway. And again, this is assuming you can get to it. And if you were able to get a drill bit in there, then you ought to be able to get your punch in there. And I'm not too centered. I have my drill in reverse. Get a little lube on there. And I'm going to try to right my wrong here. By being off center. There we go. And if this block weren't on an engine stand that rolls around, I could put more force in here. A little more lube. I could have probably got by with the number 4. But we're going to roll with what we've done. All right, here's the difference maker here. So now we've got our GeForce, our GripEdge GeForce bit. I'm going to put it right there. You see it does not go in that hole. But I can take my persuader. Now I've got it hammered down on there. I could have drilled a little bit deeper. We're going to try that shallow. And so I've got that hammered down. Now, this collar here, it aids a couple ways. I'm going to screw it down. And now it's going to give me a more flush base, kind of keep me squared up. So I've got that down to the base. Let me tap it, make sure. Now in this case, use my 12 millimeter wrench. And again, that base should give me more of a base when I'm twisting on this, so that I'm not putting too much side leverage to actually break this off. I can even tighten it up if I wanted to a little bit, but that might also pull my bit out, so I don't want to put too much tension on that. But I'm going to go ahead and grab my little subcompact impact with a 12 millimeter on it and see if we can't back that out. She still don't want to move. Now we'll go up to the stubby with a 12 millimeter. And it looks like that I got a little too thin on the walls of that by using that drill bit. So little user error on going too thin on the walls there, but you see the extractor actually worked. It withstood the impact, no problem. There's my extractor right there, with no issues on that whatsoever after putting a lot of tension and torque with the wrench and then using a subcompact and then the stubby to actually back that out. And here's an issue I ran into recently. This is actually a Torx head fastener, was a Torx head fastener out of an Audi. Some of these are real shallow heads, and especially their triple squares, a lot of times are real shallow heads. And if you get a Torx bit in there crooked or sideways or not all the way set, you're going to get this. This is a T30, and it's a good tool, but you see it totally spins in there. Now I did take my drill and actually knock everything out of it, but as you can see, there's no grab there whatsoever. So anytime you have an Allen head or a internal hex head or triple square or a Torx, something like that, and you strip it out, that's where, again, I could take, in this case, my number 4, hammer that home, then I take my 10 millimeter, and I back that out. And remember, I mentioned to you that that collar is more so than just kind of squaring it up and making sure that you got a nice flush bite on it, which that one I did not have a nice flush bite on. But probably not going to be a lot of torque to get that out on a T30 faster. However, if you look at it now I've got a fastener, especially if the head were gone off of it like the one we just drilled out. Sometimes they're a pain. You have to put it in the vise, beat it off, whatever. Here's something really easy I can do. Put this in the vise. I can spin this up. And I can just take and spin this off and remove that stripped or broken piece right off of there without having to hit it with a hammer or put the other end in a vise and hit it with a hammer or anything like that. So that collar does a couple of different things for this system. And by the way, as I mentioned, this is bi-directional. So this is going to bite, and if I needed to, I could take this, hammer that back into there or leave it there, and I could put that fastener back in if maybe we have to order that fastener. We don't have one. At least we could hold on that critical piece until we get that new fastener to back this back out. So again, it's not just going to remove it, but we can also use it to replace the same fastener. The GripEdge kit works really well whether you're removing those with heads still on the fasteners or whether you're having to drill and remove them and use the hammer to beat them in, which I recommend that every time. And you can use your impacts with it as well. So they are ready to be made. I believe they're made with S2 steel, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they said something about their drill bits are made from M2 steel. Not too familiar with M2 steel. I am familiar with S2 tool steel. So check out the products from GripEdge Tools specifically. This is the GeForce kit, the 14-piece kit. Now this will run you about $265 for this kit. However, you have an all-inclusive kit with the left-handed drill bits and something that they stand behind as well. And it's much different than the typical easy out that you're grabbing off the shelf every time. And then many times you're breaking those as well. So, hey, let us know what you think about these GripEdge products. Also, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok. And if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And by all means, if you hated our video, well, let us know in the comments why. Have a great day and keep smiling.